says, look. This is kind of a, I don't know, I'm doing a thing about editions EG, because there were some records for sale on Burning Shed. They'd found some mouldering in a shed somewhere, and so I bought some. I filled in the gaps in my EG records collection, and one of them, he says, I thought I'd do, and it's the Lounge Lizards, and that makes it episode 654 of Prog Review. Lounge Lizards. Is it prog? Probably not. Is it jazz? No. Is it rock? No. Is it avant-garde? It's one of those records, it's a little bit hard to classify. But because it's on EG Records, and EG Records, I think we can all agree, was a progressive record label back in the day. So yeah, this one I hadn't heard. I'd heard things. Heard things of it, and I thought, well, yeah, let's give it a spin. Let's get it, see what it's like, and yeah, that's where we're at. So Lounge Lizards, who are they? Well, it was founded by John Lurie, who's a saxophonist, and his brother, and they've been running for a while. They've had many different configurations, but this is their debut album, which was released in 1981 on the EG Records imprint. But like I say, to the untrained ear, and you don't have an ear as untrained as mine, you'd think, well, yeah, this could be jazz, but it's got a certain awkwardness, there's a meter that they use. It's hard to describe. The reason why you think it's jazz is the instrumentation, because of the alto saxophone, because of the keyboards and the way the bass is and the drums. The arrangements have a jazz-like tone, but I don't know. I think it's more avant-garde than jazz, and these are very, very. I'm trying to be polite. These are very talented musicians. These people know their onions. They know what they're doing. But I found it a very hard listen. I found it very difficult to get through, probably because of my fear of the jazz and my untrained ear thinking that it was the jazz. But they do cover Thelonious Monk on here as well, with a couple of tracks, Well You Needn't and Epistrophe. I think that's how you say it, not apostrophe. So yeah, there is that has that thread running through it. But like I say, it has this energy, it has this. It's very much. It's just energy, and it's very fast, and it has this lopsided clunkiness to it that kind of reminded me of the Cardiacs. It's that kind of that. You know what I mean? That edge, that edginess that is great on a couple of tracks. But you have a whole album where they're, it's just in your face. And so I was exhausted by it. I think Instant on South Street, the one that opens the album, is probably the top track of the record. Maybe. I don't know. Very tricky. Again, I want to say nice things about this record, because I'd look forward to many years to picking up a copy. So yeah, you have an album that's very, it's very in your face, and I found it very, very harsh, very abrupt, almost confrontational in its aspect. Maybe with a few more plays, I could grow to love it. Stockhausen syndrome. Remember the joke? I'm going to keep doing that joke until you buggers laugh at it. But yeah, I found it very, 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 very difficult to get through. That's not to say it's not a bad album. I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying it's not for me. You may find something that you can work with on here. But You know, I mean, even the guitar on this was by Arto Lindsay. I think I've got one of his albums coming. It's a bit harsh. It's a bit experimental, one would say. But yeah, so if you want a sort of a very kind of left field, not jazz, it's not avant-garde, but with jazz instrumentation, then this is the place to go. And again, the great thing about the EG Records label, and the reason that I go back to it, is because you get albums like this. Again, this isn't an album that I would necessarily pick up, but because it's on the EG Records, I pick it up, have a listen, and I may or may not like it. I mean, there have been others that I've bought on spec, you know, because it's EG Records. In this, well, I'm going to do this, I don't know, strand, talking about these records. And like I said, there are others that are a bit more satisfying. But I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I heard it. I'm glad I'm you know, I finally got to experience it after seeing it on the sheet. Has it got one? Yes, it has. Because look, these have the EG Records catalogue, Spring Catalogue 87. I remember seeing these, and it has the list. Look at that. Look, see, of all the albums, and the Lounge Lizards are one that I'd never heard. So there you go. And so this was kind of my Bible back in the day. It's like, oh, I'll get that one. And as you can see, many of the artists that I like are on there, like Penguin Cafe and Fripp and whatnot. Michael Brook, Harold Budd, John Hassel. So you can see where that was my roadmap. I'm meandering again. So yeah, it's an odd record. In terms of a rating, I'm sure this is a great album. I really am. I'm sure this is a bit. I found it really hard. I found it really tiring, and not a lot for me to love on it. And for that reason, I'm going to give this 2 wanglins out of 5. That's 2 wanglins out of 5. But yeah, hey, check them out. You might get something from it. It's progressive in a way. I know they're not wearing capes and they're not using mellotrons. I know you're all upset and your thumbs down the video, but guess what? Tough titty. We're doing this stuff, and you will learn to love it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been talking about the Lounge Lizards debut, self-titled, on EG Records from 1981. And that's it. Thanks for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is prog on.